Hey guys, welcome to my newsletter where I'm going to be giving an update on what I've been up to. So, first thing is that my goal is to make a massive impact of some sort. And I've concluded that to make this massive impact, I need to take an unconventional path. This is because I've told myself, how can I expect to make a massive impact if I do the same thing as everybody else? And so the unconventional path I've taken is that I am self-learning math, not affiliated with any university, and at the same time I've been creating a structure for teaching other people math. And this is because I've learned that the best way to teach a concept to somebody is to ask that somebody to explain it to me and to do all of the research on their own to come up with an explanation. And then in the process of developing that explanation, that's when the real learning happens. And so that's been the first path I've been following, and setting up the Feminine Mafia and experimenting with many different structures. For example, this month I played around with writing a Socratic dialogue book of sorts, and I got 50 pages in, and I'm really happy with that. But that's just one of the different things I've been trying to experiment with, at the same time playing with other ideas and other ways that I can institutionalize this idea of the Feynman learning technique, where learning by explaining is the most powerful way to learn. So I've been working on that, and at the same time I have been learning a lot of math and physics, to the point where eventually I expect myself to be able to read actual academic papers and develop some potentially unique insights around these academic papers, which I could eventually turn into maybe some sort of venture or other thing. So those two things have been my main pursuits over the last little bit. And I'm pretty sure that I'm on a good path. But at the same time, I'm always very anxious of my path because of the inherent uncertainty in not knowing where I will end up. The uncertainty in taking an unconventional path. But at the same time, I have hopes, and I tell myself that eventually I hope it will pay off. But obviously time will tell on that. So other things I've been up to is that I've been thinking of organizing a learning retreat. And this would be a rather private thing. I would invite maybe 10 friends to some remote location in nature, and maybe do this for a weekend or a week. I still haven't figured it out. And it would be for pure learning. So you come in, you choose a topic that you want to learn, and then during the weekend, that's the point. It's a sanctuary where you can learn, you can focus and learn whatever you want. So I've been thinking about that, thinking about how to organize it, asking some friends if they'd be interested. Now, another thing I've been up to is that I am in Italy now, which is a little bit of a change of environments, and I've been learning Italian. So when I came to Italy, I did not know how to speak at all, but now I would say that I've gotten to the point where I can understand what's being said and make myself understood, which is really exciting. Especially this idea of going to a country and then fully immersing yourself in the language. I find that absolutely fascinating, and especially the fact that I was able to learn so much with this full immersion. And then another advantage of being in Europe is that it's very easy for spontaneous things to happen. So for example, a few weeks ago, I learned that a friend of mine, Alex Chen, was going to Scandinavia. And I figured that since the plane tickets were pretty much 10 euros, I would go visit him. And so we did that, or I did that. And when we were in Copenhagen, I ran into another friend of mine, Alexander Briand, and we convinced him to join us in the rest of the Scandinavian trip in Stockholm and Helsinki. So that was a fun, spontaneous thing that happened. And even just generally, the idea that the activation energy for things in Europe is very low makes it a wonderful place for me to be, I think. And just to experiment with things and get more data points on how I want to live my life. But yeah, really, the highlight for this month is that I am figuring things out and I really don't know what's going to happen. If I'll have to go back to school, like really all questions that I have no idea how to answer, but that I am trying my best and trying to make something happen. But yeah, that's it. I hope you liked this update. Yeah, I guess follow along on what I'm doing for future updates as well. But yeah, that's it. Bye.